More people were deported under my husband and Barack Obama without killing American citizens and without putting children into detention camps than were in the first Trump term or
what? Oh, what a winning message, bro. Oh my God. Oh, we are not gonna make it. Bro, Barack Obama deported more people than Trump did without killing American citizens. What an incredible statement. That's crazy. Barack Obama was doing deportations the right way.
And so do you think he has destroyed the West, to go to our title?
He has betrayed the West. He's betrayed human values. He's betrayed the NATO Charter, the Atlantic Charter, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. A lot of what has been done before to try.
I mean, it says you. We heard what she talked about, how she talked about Israel. And not only that, but like, oh my God, Trump is betraying the West, unlike us, where our approach to Ukraine's defense was so perfect. Yeah, the only issue is we're losing. That's it. We're losing and Russia's winning. That's literally it. And that's not even entirely in Trump's hands. Let's be real. We lost before Trump even became president. So what the he's betraying the West. Okay.
To make sense of how difficult it is to restrain people who want unaccountable power. And none of us in this room, including all of us on this panel, would choose to live under a regime that was so unaccountable that it could act with impunity the way that Putin does, except that's who Trump is modeling himself.
I don't think we would be having this debate under that kind of regime, for sure. We will come back.
Yeah, we want that regime just for Israel-related things, of course.
Back, I suspect, to the conservatism and liberalism clash within the West, but thank you for that. Peter, do you agree that the Trump administration's actions on Ukraine have produced a rift in the West?
Well, first, I think you really don't like him.
You know, that is absolutely true. But I really, not only do I not like him, I don't like him because of what he's doing to the United States and the world. And I think you should take a hard look at it if you think that there is something good that will come out of it.
Well,
Peter,
what I think Trump is doing in America, I think it is reaction for something for some policies that really went too far from the regular people, too far from reality. So, you know, we saw the cancel culture. We saw the woke revolution.
Oh my God. This is what happens when you have a conversation between a liberal and a fascist, okay? Oh, it's the woke revolution. Like, shut the f up. What do you mean cancel culture? Shut up. Shut up. There is a correct assessment here. It's just like so pathetic. This man's assessment is not the correct one, okay? And the reason why he has to move the conversation away from Russia to woke culture is because he doesn't want to make the correct assessment, or he's like, I mean, I don't know.
Agree with the gender revolution, the climate alarmism.
Which gender? Women having their rights?
Let Peter go on.
I think there are two genders. So, but some of
us.
Some of us think that there is more than one.
Immediately concessions. Immediate concessions to the two genders, by the way. What about half of us? God, liberalism is so awesome. Obviously not the time and place to have like and woke gender conversation, and Hillary's not the person to do that, but you did see liberalism in action in that very moment. First sign of pushback, and it's like, well, what about half of us? The real conversation that should be taking place right now is, how do we move on from this?
I think first, Ukraine fights for Ukraine's future, Ukraine's freedom, and Ukraine's sovereignty and independence. So we should help them, of course, but what I see in some people in the West, they are trying to misuse help the Ukraine. But that's another question. I don't know if Trump's administration is helping the Ukraine to stop the war. I believe that there is such an approach. I don't see any other strong geopolitical player who would be able to force Russia to stop killing the Ukrainian people and stop destroying their country. I don't see. Maybe China, but China makes nothing. I don't know if the pressure, if Trump is forcing Russia in the way that they will stop the war. I don't know. I only see that the only Americans right at the moment.
It means China's not making any moves to stop Russia.
We might come on, though, to Ukraine in a moment, because that seems to me where one of the rifts in the West is most tested. But Secretary Clinton.
Well, as perhaps one of the few people who has actually been around since the end of the Second World War, let me add my version of history to the revisionism that I hear in not just this conversation, but so many other places. It is, for me, a blessing that freedom was expanded to include, in the United States, for example, the right of black people to be treated at least better than they had been for 400 or so years. It was a culmination of freedom for women to be given their rights much more fully.
The USSR has always historically cleared on women's rights, by the way. Like, not even a question. I wonder how she's going to tie this back to Russia being bad, but I need you to understand it's not even close, okay? Russia is good on women's rights, real question. Yes, the USSR was significantly better at women's rights than the entirety of the West. As a matter of fact, like, International Women's Day is a communist construct. I'm not talking about Russia right now. I'm not talking about modern day Russia. I'm talking about the USSR. The USSR also was like super woke on gay stuff too, and then they went back on it. It's very interesting. Like, they were unironically way more woke than like some current modern allied countries on the big gay. And then Stalin rolled it back. Short on women's rights in the USSR.
The Soviet Union took significant early steps towards political equality for women, and that significantly set it apart from the United States. But sure, where are your suffragette outfits for Election Day?
Oh, YouTube short of comparing cartoons to black people? Oh, yeah. USSR cartoons about Africa versus Western cartoons about
These
Africa.
are about Africa. Can you guess where they're from? Both were made in the mid-20th century. But let's take a closer look at how the United States portrayed African countries.
Completely untouched by civilization.
Now, let's take a look at how the Soviet Union did it.
To be fair, the USSR had some, racially insensitive cartoons too. Let's be real. Portraying the USSR as non-racist is crazy. No. That's not what I'm saying. They had issues with Russification, but as far as its third worldist position, historic communist countries have always approached the global South with a lot more kindness in comparison to its its examples at the same time. It's not even close. Anyway, let's be real. It's the USSR was pretty woke on a lot of issues at the time in comparison to America, and China even more woke.
Migration has been a huge flashpoint. More people were deported under my husband and Barack Obama without killing American citizens and without putting children into detention camps than were in the first Trump term.
What? Oh, what a winning message, bro. Oh my God. Oh, we are not going to make it. Bro, Barack Obama deported more people than Trump did without killing American citizens. What an incredible statement. That's crazy. Barack Obama was doing deportations the right way. I mean, actually, she did literally say that. It's not even on some Ezra Klein joke. Unbelievable.
This first year of Trump's second term. So I think it's important to look at the facts, because very often the ideological impulse to try to protect the status quo or return making America great again in some nostalgic past that existed for white men and capitalist enterprise was not exactly open and welcoming to people who look like me and a lot of other people who are part of our national fabric. I have no argument with the necessity of
woke white feminism, baby. She literally came out of the gates being like, listen, if you don't look like me as a woman and you get deported under Obama, that's awesome. As long as they do it in a way where it doesn't bother my sensibilities, as long as I don't see it, as long as you don't like end up killing Americans in the process. She's like, the problem I have with capitalism and enterprise of that sort is that women that look like me couldn't get ahead. Shouts out to the DNC, man. This is why I say they cooked us. Like, given the way things are, it was an inevitability that America would have this fascist heel turn. But the DNC's actions in 2016 absolutely accelerated it with the proto-fascist Trump 1 and the fascist Trump 2. Oh, Dems are bragging that they're the best deporters while Blue MAGA is out here screeching for us to pledge allegiance to Newsom, or we're throwing people they brag about deporting under the bus. Yeah.
And I think we need to call it for what it is.
Secretary
There is a
Clinton.
legitimate reason to have a debate about things like migration. It went too far. It's been disruptive and destabilizing, and it needs to be fixed in a humane way with secure borders that don't torture and kill people, and how we're going to have a strong family structure, because it is at the base of civilization.
Secretary Clinton, so thank you for that. And you got.
You really mean that?
Yes, I do. I do, and you got several rounds of applause there. But I'm really interested in the.
Dude, I love the matter-of-fact European moderator, just like, you've gotten quite a bit of applause breaks. It's time for others to speak as well.
Rounds of applause there, but I'm really interested in the line that our discussion is having already, which is a battle within the West.
She's like, hello, in Ukraine, please.
And liberalism. But I don't think we would be having this discussion at all if it weren't for some of the positions the US administration has taken. And let me take one of them, which is Ukraine, which is obviously at the center of the Munich discussions of the past couple of years. And the line that the Trump administration has.
Honestly, lock her up, though, for real. Like, why haven't we?
Jeffrey Epstein.
It's really messed up. Lock her up! Locker room talk! Lock her up!